Hello and welcome back to another weekend review on the Football Zone, where there were some huge results in the race to stay in the Premier League. And that started off at the beginning of the week with Norwich v West Ham, the first game we're going to review. The Norwich 0, West Ham 4, Mikel Antonio with 4 goals. Wow. This result sees West Ham only 3 points above the relegation zone because of every other team doing so well. And Norwich have been relegated, which was totally expected, to be honest. At Vicarage Road, it finished Watford 2, Newcastle 1. Dwight Gale tapped home from close range to give Newcastle the lead early on, before 2 penalties in the second half from Troy Deeney sealed an absolutely crucial win for Watford. Newcastle in no man's land in 13th, and Watford still only in 17th, just 3 points above the relegation zone. At Anfield, the Premier League champions were held to a draw against Burnley in the first points they've dropped at Anfield all season. Andy Robertson opened the scoring in the 34th minute with a header from the right-hand side, very strange, before James Rodriguez equalised with a stunner in the 69th minute. Burnley had a great chance to win it late on after Alisson punched from a corner. However, the Burnley player blazed it over the bar. Nick Pope was outstanding in this match. To be fair, he probably gets my man of the match. But anyway, this leaves Burnley in 10th on 50 points. Just 4 points off a Europa League spot. Still possible. At Bramall Lane, Sheffield United continued their hot run of form with a 3-0 drubbing of Chelsea. David McGoldrick scored his first Premier League goal in the 18th minute. Ollie McBurney doubled their lead in the 33rd minute, and Ollie McBurney, when one comes, two comes, scored again in the 77th minute. This result means Chelsea are still in third due to other results between Leicester and Man United. Haven't filmed before the Man United game, so I'm guessing they're going to go down to 4th. And Sheffield United are in the Europa League spot, just 5 points off the Champions League spot and 2 points clear of Tottenham in 8th. At the Amex, Brighton 0, Man City 5. Man City at their best right here. Raheem Sterling opened the score in the 21st minute before a goal from Gabriel Jesus. Sterling scored again, then Bernardo Silva, and then Sterling scored the flukiest goal you'll ever see to get the win for Man City and a hat-trick. Man City Champions League qualification for next year secured when their ban has now been overturned. And Brighton, 5 points are clear of the relegation zone, so I think they're okay. At Molineux, Wolves were on top form here as they wiped the floor with Everton in a 3-0 win, which scored goals from Raul Jimenez just before half-time from the penalty spot, Leonardo Dendoncker just after half-time, and Diego Jota completing the rout. This leaves Everton in 11th with nothing to play for really, Europe very unlikely now, and Wolves in 6th, 1 point above Sheffield United and 4 behind Leicester. At Villa Park, Aston Villa got a crucial 2-0 win over Crystal Palace. In my opinion, Crystal Palace should have took the lead. However, VAR ruled out a perfectly fine Mohamedou Sakho goal because it hit his shoulder. Ridiculous. But just before half-time, Trezeguet scored for Aston Villa in the 49th minute in stoppage time with a low-drilled shot, and he scored yet again in the 59th minute in a huge boost to Villa's survival bid, which means they're 4 points adrift now due to Watford's win. And as for Crystal Palace, they've lost 6 in a row now and they're 14th, so their season's kind of petering out since they got to 40 points. At White Hart Lane, it finished Tottenham 2, Arsenal 1. Alexandre Lacazette took the lead in the 16th minute before Tottenham equalised just 2 minutes later through Son Heung-min after a terrible mistake by Socrates and David Luiz. And then Toby Alderweireld scored with just 10 minutes left with a free header from a corner to give Tottenham a crucial win. This sees Tottenham go above their rivals Arsenal by 2 points and 2 points off Europa League with Arsenal 4. And on the last game on Sunday, it was all going so swimmingly for Leicester when Jamie Vardy put them ahead in the 23rd minute. But it didn't last for long though. Well, it did last for quite long actually. Junior Stanislas equalised in the 66th minute from the penalty spot. Then Dominic Solanke scored a minute later when Cagliari Solanke was sent off for kicking out at the Bournemouth player. Johnny Evans then scored an own goal before Solanke yet again scored. What is life anymore? Solanke scoring 2 against the team in 5th place to seal a crucial win for Bournemouth, which means they're now 3 points off survival. Could they do it? And as for Leicester, they are dropping out of the Champions League place should Man United win, and will be 1 point adrift of Chelsea. Finally, in the Premier League, Manchester United suffered a huge dent in their Champions League hopes after being held to a 2-2 draw to Southampton. Stuart Armstrong opened the scoring in the 12th minute before quick-fire goals from Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial put Man United 2-1 ahead. They looked to have seen the game out before Obafemi scored in the 96th minute following a mistake from Victor Lindelof. Southampton stayed 12th in mid-table, but as for Manchester United, they've missed the opportunity to go into the Champions League spots and are outside of it on goal difference. Moving on to the EFL, and a huge win for Luton in a big game at the bottom of the Championship. Huddersfield 0, Luton 0. Bradley scored in the 49th minute before Lee put them doubled their advantage in the 71st minute to seal a crucial win for Luton and to give them real fighting chance of survival, while it just puts Huddersfield in even more trouble. Luton now are only 2 points adrift of Charlton in 21st, and Huddersfield are only 2 points clear of Hull in 20th. Now to another big game in the Championship on Friday night, just this time at the front of the Championship. Fulham 2, playoff chasing Cardiff 0. Alexander Mitrovic marks his return from suspension with a goal in the 35th minute before Josh Onomah doubled Fulham's advantage. Luckily for Cardiff, Swansea lost, which means they're still 1 point inside the playoffs. And as for Fulham, they are 5 points off Leeds with 3 to go, so that's very unlikely. The first game on Saturday came at the Valley, where relegation-threatened Charlton played mid-table Reading. Reading took the lead earlier on for a Jorge Puskas penalty after great play from John Swift and Andy Rinomhota to win it. Charlton should have been level through a goal which was deemed offside, however replay showed it wasn't offside. This means Charlton are just 1 point above the relegation zone, Reading in 13th. A huge win for Brentford at Derby, a very tough place to go. Ollie Watkins opened the scoring in the 3rd minute before Knight equalised for Derby in the 29th minute. However, 2 second-half goals from Saeed Benrahma sealed a crucial win for Brentford. However, due to West Brom dropping points, they are now just 3 points off automatic promotion place with far superior goal difference to West Brom. Could Brentford be going up automatically? Next up, a bore draw between Barnsley and Wigan. Nothing really to talk about here, so I'll just go straight into the table positionings. Barnsley 3 points adrift of relegation, and it's not looking too brilliant for them. Wigan in 15th on 54 points. Barnsley have 43, so that would mean if Wigan do get 12-point deduction, they would drop to the bottom of the table and be 4 points off safety. Now to a massive blow in West Brom's automatically promotion push. They drew 1-1 with Blackburn. Filip Krajinovic scored in the 41st minute to give West Bromwich the lead. However, Joe Rothwell equalised in the 63rd minute, and Blackburn held out for a point, much to Slavan Bilic's frustration, which means West Brom are now only 3 points above Brentford in 2nd, and Blackburn in 12th, 4 points off the playoffs, but with 5 teams between them. I suppose it's possible, but I would say pretty unlikely. At the KCOM, Hull suffered a huge loss in their bid to stay up, suffering a 1-0 home defeat to playoff chasing Millwall. Ryan Leonard put Millwall ahead in the 2nd minute, and Hull really didn't have much in response, to be honest. And it means Hull are now a point adrift in the relegation zone, and Millwall are only 2 points off a playoff push, so they're definitely still chasing following 2 wins on the bounce. At the Riverside, it finished Middlesbrough 1, Bristol City 3. Nahki Wells scored in the 6th minute, Jamie Patterson in the 42nd, and Naki Wells scored again in the 79th minute to give Bristol City a comfortable 3-0 lead before Britta Sombalonga got a consolation goal, but that really wasn't good enough for Middlesbrough, as they sit in 19th, just 2 points above the relegation zone, with Bristol City 100% record since Lee Johnson was sacked, 3 points off the playoffs, so very unlikely, but still possible. At Deepdale, it finished Preston 1, Nottingham Forest 1, between two sides looking for promotion to the Premier League. Lewis Grabban gave Forest a lead in the 5th minute from the penalty spot, before Jaden Stockley equalised for Preston in the 15th minute, and the two teams just cancelled each other out ever since then. Preston, 2 points off the playoffs. A lot of teams, 2 points off the playoffs. In 8th, and Nottingham Forest are comfortably inside the playoffs, 6 ahead with 3 to play, so they'll be playing most likely Fulham in the playoffs. At Loftus Road, it was an embarrassing defeat for QPR against the Sheffield Wednesday side, who haven't been playing very well at all recently. Dominic Iorfa opened scoring in the 5th minute, before Windass scored in first half stoppage time, and Josh Murphy finished the rout in the 78th minute to give Sheffield Wednesday a comfortable win. This lifts them up to 14th in the table and drops QPR to 16th, both teams in no man's land in mid-table. At the Britannia, it was a huge result for Stoke in their battle to stay up against the Birmingham side that is slowly but surely getting dragged into the relegation battle. Goals from Sam Clucas and Danny Bath sealed a comfortable home victory for Stoke in a win that actually lifts them above Birmingham on goal difference. Both teams are 4 points clear of the relegation zone. And finally, a crucial late win for Leeds. Pablo Hernandez getting the win at Swansea in the 89th minute, which sees them 6 points clear of Brentford and 3 clear of West Brom, and they look set for a return to the Premier League. Swansea, however, this was a great opportunity for them to go into the playoffs, 1 point behind Welsh rivals Cardiff. But there we are. That is it for this video, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this weekend's action in the comments down below. Remember to follow us on Twitter in the description for daily football news, and subscribe to my other channels on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.